He always believed that smaller was better, more human, less corporate. That's why he picked a quiet little credit union in his town, the kind of place with just 2 tellers and photos of local barbecues on the wall. He thought his money was safer there, in the hands of people who knew his name. For a while, it was. Everything ran smoothly. Then came that Wednesday morning. He went to an ATM to get some cash. Card declined. He tried again. Same result. Annoyed, but not worried, he walked into the branch. The clerk was friendly enough. She explained the card reader was probably acting up and gave him a special code to withdraw cash directly. It was a normal, everyday sort of problem. Or so he thought. A few days later, his financial world froze. His online banking app wouldn't load. His balance just said unavailable. He couldn't transfer money, and his debit card was useless at the grocery store. It was like his account had vanished into thin air. He started making calls. Customer support was a nightmare. The voices on the other end were cold, dismissive. One agent even made a snide comment about his complicated foreign last name, suggesting it might be the reason for the extra security checks. That's when it clicked. This wasn't a simple glitch. This was incompetence, laced with a nasty hint of discrimination. He had bills stacking up, rent was due, and he couldn't even buy food. His life was on hold, all because this friendly local credit union couldn't get its act together. Days turned into weeks. He called, he emailed, he pleaded. Nothing. He was trapped in a bureaucratic loop, completely ignored. After nearly a month of this maddening silence, he was venting to his family on a video call. His younger cousin, who's always been a bit of a tech whiz and a troublemaker, listened intently. Then he mentioned something strange, a Russian website, a bizarre service that paid users a few rubles to post anything you wanted on social media, using thousands of fake profiles from all over the world. For just a couple of dollars, you could unleash a flood of comments, reviews, or complaints. It sounded absurd, unethical, maybe even illegal, but after a month of being treated like he was invisible, of being dismissed and talked down to, he didn't really care about the right thing to do anymore. He was desperate. So, he did it. For $3, less than a cup of coffee, he drafted a complaint. He used some simple AI tools to create hundreds of variations, selected US profiles to make them look authentic, and hit confirm. He didn't expect much. Maybe a few angry posts would pop up. Maybe it would just be a waste of $3. The result was staggering. By lunchtime, the credit union's social media pages were a war zone. Their Facebook, their Instagram, their Twitter, all of it was drowning in a sea of negativity. Not 10 or 20 comments, hundreds. An avalanche of angry emojis, one-star reviews, and long, detailed paragraphs accusing the bank of everything from incompetence to discrimination. It was chaos. Real people started chiming in, sharing their own bad experiences. The fire was spreading. He watched, fascinated. The credit union's social media team was in a panic, trying to delete comments as fast as they appeared. But it was like trying to empty the ocean with a bucket. For every comment they scrubbed, 3 more popped up. The digital mob was relentless, and it was all orchestrated from his laptop. That evening, at exactly 6:17 p.m., his phone rang. It was the credit union. But this time, it wasn't a snippy customer service agent. It was the call center manager. Her voice was dripping with manufactured sweetness. "Sir," she began, "we understand your frustration completely. After a thorough review of your case, we want to resolve this for you immediately." She offered to transfer his entire balance to any bank of his choice, plus a $50 compensation for his trouble. Just like that. After a month of being ignored, they were suddenly bending over backward to make him happy. The most beautiful part? They had no idea. No clue that the social media apocalypse that had ruined their day was connected to him. No proof, no suspicion, nothing. Within hours, his money was in his new account at a large, impersonal, and wonderfully efficient national bank. The $50 arrived the next morning. Problem solved. Game over. As for the hundreds of angry, bot-generated comments still plaguing the credit union's social media pages, well, that was no longer his problem. He pictured some poor manager spending their weekend on damage control. He just smiled, closed the Russian website's browser tab, and made a promise to himself. Never again would he trust a small, friendly bank with his money. Sometimes bigger and more corporate is exactly what you need. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.